Yo, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Papa Bale. Welcome to the channel. So, I'm moving forward with making another counter rotator where the stator and the rotor can both spin. We're just going to call the stator has the electromagnets on it, and the permanent magnet rotor has the permanent magnets on it. Now, that's going to be our permanent magnet base. And this is going to be where our electromags are going to go. And we're going to put all of our circuitry and our power. Lucky for us, this whole thing runs on a 9-volt battery. We'll have 3 of those on there. Then we're testing coil sizes right now. This coil is about 90 turns of 28 gauge and 16 gauge. So let's turn it on. There we go. So at 90 turns, you got to give it quite a spin. It'd be like a secondary drive. And so it gets up to speed, and then it turns on for the system if we utilize the 16 gauge coil. But as you can see, it's pretty good. This is a power supply though. So we're at 7.25 volts and about 600 milliamps. Wow. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hook up the 9-volt battery and we're going to see if we can't get it started. Be right back. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen, our 9-volt battery is running it at a pretty significant pace. I'd say that's just right, but 3 of them, I don't know what will happen. So this is the 16 gauge coil. I only have 1 of those right now. I have enough material to make 1 more. So again, we got choices to make. Now I have 2 of the 20 gauge coils, which we're going to try next. And I barely have enough material to make another one of those. So yeah, it's going to be a choice that I'm going to have to make between 16 and 20 gauge. The 28 gauge trigger seems to be just right though. So this is the 9-volt battery, and as you can tell, the amps are not the same as with the power supply. But that's still quite a clip. Moving right along there. Okay, so I'm going to turn that off. And I'm going to switch up the coil real quick. Well, let's get a glimpse of the oscilloscope reading. Alright, so it doesn't want to auto correct itself. There you go. So that's neat. I'd say it's roughly about 6 volts. 6-volt spikes. But it's a bunch of them. Sweet. Alright, I'm going to change up the coil. Be right back. Now there's two problems with the 16 gauge coil. One, it weighs like an ounce more than the 20 gauge coil. Even though it's 100 turns less, it weighs an ounce more. So and there's the 20 gauge on 9-volt battery. Sweet. Way better. Wow. And yeah, we got two of these coils and possibly one more. And then we got one of the 16 gauge and possibly one more of those. Wow. 9-volt battery. So cool. Wow, dude, I'm thrilled, man, because that's going to change the balance of this whole thing. Instead of using the big bulky 12-volt, well, they're little 12-volt batteries, but they're bulky compared to 9-volt batteries. So instead of using those really heavy ones that you got to balance, use the ones that almost weigh nothing, and you got to worry about it less. Not like you don't have to worry about it, but and this is awesome. We're going to let it run for a while. A couple minutes. So we're not going to maglev it, any of it. This next one. This next counter rotator's got to be really adjustable, and with the maglevs it's not really adjustable. Wow. So cool. It's moving pretty fast. Wow. Get enthralled by that. Alright, I'm going to cut it. And it's cool, these little boxes have a switch to turn the power on and off, so that's cool. I like that. Oh man, so I think we're definitely going to go with the 20 gauge ones. I mean, you got to spin it half as hard and it goes twice as fast. So that's a little bit to say about, you know, how much wire you put into a coil. Like if you have, like say your parameter is the size of your bobbin, like it can't be any bigger than the bobbin that you have. So what you want to do is you want to pass the most current that you can. Well, not. So basically you want in between 24 and 20 gauge. It's basically what I'm saying for your drive. And you want it to be at least 200 turns. You want it to be at least 200 turns. Because 100 with the 16 gauge is a little small. And it's all about the trigger, really. Because you could put that 100 turn coil with a homemade switch and it would work just fine. But because it's just a 100-turn trigger, you got to spin it a little bit to get it going. With a 200-turn trigger, you got to spin it less to get it going. I don't know if any of that really matters in the grand scheme of things, but they are facts. There, listen to that. So cool. All right, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Peace out. Have a wonderful night. Bye now.